Hey, what's up? Pastor Kevin here. Thanks so much for joining us on this journey as we talk about the way of Jesus. Today, I want to take literally just a couple minutes and just kind of walk through Matthew chapter 10. I know that you've got your own study, you've got your own questions, you've got things that you're going to be discussing through the study that we have provided for you. And man, that's awesome. But I want to just take just literally a couple minutes and give you a couple thoughts that I've had about Matthew chapter 10. In hopes that it'll not only make you think, it'll make you act. It'll make you change in some way, that you will do something about what I'm going to talk with you about today. What I see in Matthew chapter 10 is a few things. Number one is that Jesus sends out his disciples. We see this all throughout it. That's what Matthew chapter 10 is about. But in Matthew chapter 10, verse 1, it says, Jesus called his 12 disciples to him, and he gave them power to drive out impure spirits and to heal every disease and sickness. And he goes on and he names his disciples, and then he sends them out. So the first thing that I notice is that Jesus does not gather his disciples to just stay there and simply worship him. He gathers his disciples and he gives them authority, and he sends them out into their community. That's what God is doing with you. That's what God is doing with us. God has gathered us together as his disciples. You are a disciple of Jesus. I'm a disciple of Jesus. And he has gathered us together, not to just go up to a mountaintop and sing Kumbaya and wait on him to come back. No, he has gathered us together so that he will send us out. So let me ask you, where's God sending you? We've talked about this previously in one of our services. What's your field? What's your field? Who are your people? And what are you going to do? Number one, the first thing I notice is that Jesus gathers his disciples. He names his disciples and he sends them out. And God is sending you. God is sending you. The second thing that I notice as we begin to continue to read down, I'm not going to read all of it because it's super long. But as you continue to read down in Matthew chapter 10, what you'll see is not only does Jesus send them out, he also lets them know not everybody's going to be excited about you sharing the gospel. Not everybody's going to like you. He talks about how that, man, they'll be like sheep among wolves, that they'll be thrown into prison at times, that there'll be people that will come against them, and that they need to be shrewd, but they also need to be very harmless, that they need to know that not everybody's going to like you. Not everybody's going to like the message. And I think that's something that you and I got to understand. In our world today, if we actually live the way Christ says to live, if we do what Jesus says to do, and we talk openly about it as we are sent out, not everybody's going to say, oh boy, I love that. Tell me more. Some people are going to say, stop talking. Some people are going to say, I don't like you. That's okay. Jesus says, not everybody's going to like you. But the last thing that I see here, as you begin to read, Jesus begins to compare us with sparrows. And he says how God takes care of the sparrows, and that even every hair on our head are numbered. Mine, there's not too much to number there, but Jesus says that, man, I care about you so much. I know every hair that's on your head. I take care of the sparrows, and you are so much greater than the sparrows. Jesus wants to let us know that I'm with you. I care about you. You are not alone. So the things that I see in this, there's three parts. Number one, Jesus has gathered us together and he is sending us out. As he sends us out, not everybody is going to really like what we're saying. But even in the midst of trials, even in the midst of some tough times, he wants us to know that he is with us as we continue to go. So let me ask you today, where's God sending you? Who is someone you're supposed to live the way of Jesus in front of? Who is someone you're supposed to speak the way of Jesus in front of, even if maybe they don't want to hear it? Who is that person? And today, if you've been going through some tough times, I want to encourage you, you are not alone. Oh, he loves you. See how he even takes care of the sparrows, and aren't you so much more than they? Today, I want to encourage you, gather around, meet together, pray together, challenge each other, and then go. Go. Walk and teach the way of Jesus. Can't wait to speak with you next time.